Hello there! This is part 2 of building an RPG game in Godot. In this game you explore the world, talk to NPCs, and fight your way through it. In the last episode we built the base game, and a lot of you commented the same thing. Some of the assets looked inconsistent. So today I'm gonna be showing you how I fixed this and make the game look way better. We'll add matching trees and bushes, more NPCs to talk to, creatures that move around, and even a main menu. Let's get started right away. Okay, so this was the last video, and well, some of the comments, okay, talking about consistency, pixel size, and well, some other comments. So what I'm gonna be using is a sprite cook. Already more than 9k game developers have used it to create more than 100k assets, and as you can see, literally the quality that you can get with it if you use it correctly is just very amazing. And here you can even see like some testimonials from real developers that have used it. But once again, let's use this tool in a correct way to improve our sprites as much as possible. So well, here you can take a look at the assets that I've been generating with this tool. As you can see, they look very awesome. And the first thing I wanted to fix was this inconsistency between these bushes, trees, and decorations in general, right? So rather than generating like every single tree by separate and every single decoration by separate, what I've done is creating a 3x3 grid. So as you can see, this basically keeps consistency. And the problem actually is not anything like super specific or anything like that. Just like create a 3x3 grid of 9 matching trees and bushes, and just some general description about the specific trees and bushes that I wanted. So for example, you just need to go to the asset creator, select create, and then here I'm gonna paste in this exact same prompt. Then on the left, you can scroll down a little bit, add a style guide, more things that I'm gonna use in a second. Or even something that I love are presets. So as you can see, this can actually allow you to create things based on exactly that, a preset, a skill. But well, for this, the only thing I need is to select the model, the size, aspect ratio, variations, so for example, create 2, and click on generate. And well, as you can see here, I have them all, and they all look very consistent, very like in the same style, and very awesome in general. So for example, I like this one, I can open it up in the editor, and then here you have various tools. But for example, the slicer, and I use it in auto, for example, it's gonna allow me to directly do that, slice this image, and by clicking just literally one button, I can basically have all the different trees and bushes. So now on the original village, let me replace these assets. And well, this now starts to look like an actual village. Of course, there are still things that we can improve, specifically the buildings. So for example, this castle and this other house over here. But when we hit play, like the difference is super clear, right? So we can now go over here, talk to this guy. Well, we have this small dialogue that tells us that we have to recover the mysterious gem by going to the castle, and well, all the trees and all the decorations now actually look way better. So well, the next step is to actually improve the buildings a little bit. And well, this been actually pretty simple also. I just created the different prompts, well, for different structures that I wanted to add to the game. For example, here is the castle, it looks literally awesome. So for example, I don't actually have a house like this, like similar to what I have here. So what I can do is, for example, use this thing as a reference and write maybe a prompt like this, and well, take a look at this. It looks very awesome. Or even this one, like I really love it. So let me now integrate it inside the game, and well, let me grab these two bushes. Now let's remove this, grab this house, position it maybe here. Yeah, but I think I don't like this thing that has the grass here, so I could manually like remove it, but this version is mostly the same thing, so I'm just gonna use this one. So let's load in this one. And now, yes, let's position it here. Then use the scale tool a little bit. Maybe over here. Yeah, it looks very, very awesome. And then I think I can directly remove these ones. And well, decorating with a few trees, I think it looks very awesome. And yes, this is how it looks inside of the game. Let's do something similar, but for the castle. So here is the sprite. Let's load in the new one, save it. Maybe move it up a little bit, and here it is. Once again, scale tool. And yeah, I think something like this could look very interesting. Once again, the key thing here is to actually like test it out inside the game, but yeah, I like it. And yes, this castle looks like an actual castle of this world. Another thing I want to start adding are different NPCs. As you can see, they look very, very awesome. And the cool thing is that you can literally animate them all at the same time. To do this, okay, over here, you can browse through these different presets, okay, and in this case, you have this preset, okay, to create characters. And as you can see, this will add as a style guide, well, some images. And well, this is the prompt that I'm gonna be using. And well, take a look at this. It looks awesome. To animate it, we can open up the editor, then animate, and very simple prompt. I just write idle/breathing in place or something like that, and then animate. And well, take a look at this. You can do multiple things in the editor. For example, recolor. So you can, for example, modify the palette, how many maximum colors you want to have in your image. But in this case, I think it's very good like as it is. Of course, if you start zooming in, you will start seeing some details, okay, that you can improve. But it's a very good starting point. You can either modify this with a new prompt, do some edge cleanup, for example, if there was any problem with the edges or anything like that. So it's very slight here, so I don't think it's a big problem. Or you can even go to the advanced editor, and this will give you each frame of the animation by separate. So literally, you can adjust whatever you want. To download it, I'm gonna be using the slicer tool. In this case, I like using grid. In this case, we have 4x2. I will click export, and this will basically give me each sprite sheet by separate. This is my previous villager. I think it actually looks very cool. But well, we have a new one, so let's actually modify it. It's very simple. Let me remove all these frames, then load new from sprite sheet. So here we have the new one. We have one vertical frame and I think 8 horizontal frames. Yeah. Yes, select all, add them, maybe move it down slightly and a little bit to the right. And now when we play the animation, there we go. This is how it looks like in the scene. We can even, I think, scale it down slightly. And then, well, in the game, this is how it looks like. Yeah, even a little bit smaller, I think would be better. I'm also gonna be adding a guard. So yeah, maybe here, like next to the castle. And yeah, something like this, even slightly smaller. And okay, now in the game, here we have the villager. And if we continue walking, here we see the guard and the castle. And as you can see, like the guard and the villager, they both share the same style or a very similar style. I think we could even like remake the player in a more like cute style as these guys over here, but I don't think it's a big deal right now. Another thing, okay, I wanted to add is creatures. Once again, I generated a grid and then I animated that grid. As you can see, they look super, super cute. And for this, I used another preset that is called 9 creatures. Here you can take a look at the prompt that I used if you wanna replicate it on your end. And I basically have created a very, very simple system that allows me to instantiate any creature. And here I can basically load in every single of them with this drop down. This is super helpful. And well, I even have like distances, speeds. As you can see, they even have like 2 points that they move in between. So let me add a few of them in the scene. And well, take a look at this. Now we have chickens, pigs, butterflies, a pig, a slime here. I know, like now the world feels way more alive, right? Yeah. I love it. Indeed, like the difference with the initial game is a lot. It's really a lot. Another thing, there is a preset here for promotional game splash art. That's okay. I used to create this image, and then okay, using that same style, I created this play button. So yeah, I think it looks very, very awesome. So now, supposedly when I click on it, okay, yeah, the village gets loaded, but with no other water element. That's weird. Oh no, the village. No, sorry, not the villager, the village. And yep, now it works. Looks really awesome. So well, this is the final result. We have this village. Okay, we can move around. It has white sorting. Okay, so we have this kind of depth effect. I know the creature's behavior we could improve it slightly, but I think that in general it looks cool. And well, basically here the villager tell us that a thief stole the mysterious gem. So we have to go to the castle. Okay, over here. It looks awesome. Then we have to click here to enter, and now we have to kill these guys. And now when we kill the last goblin, it should give us this gem. And when we collect it, now we leave. And now we have to return it to the villager. Here we are. And when we take this mushroom, as you can see, now we get bigger and let's say we unlock a new character. So indeed, the final result is super amazing. Once again, AI is just a tool. You still have to be the creative mind behind exactly what type of game you want to create. And you also have to be the one validating asset consistency, that everything feels part of the same world. So that's your job right now and your task. AI is not a replacement, it's just a tool. If you wanna start using a sprite cook, you'll have a link in the description down below. See you there and bye bye.